Hello, friends and subscribers. Welcome back to another episode of Readings in Impact Investing. My name is Daniel Rosehill. This is a podcast which takes written material in the field of impact investing and development finance and brings it into audio so you can listen to it as a way of digesting this information. So what I thought I would do today is something a little bit different from the foregoing episodes, and that is describing or reading from the webpage of an organization. There is a growing and building ecosystem in impact investing and all things related to it. And just when you think you have heard of them all, you come across this new organization, and that was the case for me today. I'm doing a bit of reading about outcomes funds, and that naturally leads to discussion of results-based financing and results-based approaches. And in doing so, I came across this organization I hadn't come across before. They are called GPRBA. There's always a new acronym. You could probably learn an acronym a day in the space and be still going at your retirement. So this one is Global Partnership for Results-Based Approaches. They are supported by the World Bank Group. And what I thought I would do, and they are headquartered in Washington, D.C. I think it's always useful to know where the organization is centered. So what I thought I would do today, they have resources and they have a quite lengthy annual report, which they've just put out their 2023 one, I see. But I thought I would just read there who we are and what we do as perhaps a more succinct way of just for those new to this organization, understanding where they fit in the jigsaw puzzle, as I like to refer to it. Who we are. Overview. The Global Partnership for Results-Based Approaches, GPRBA, provides innovative financing solutions that link funding to achieved results. GPRBA's results-based financing, RBF approaches, provide access to basic services like water and sanitation, energy, health and education for low-income families and communities that might otherwise go unserved. So just want to point out this acronym of results-based financing, or RBF, is used quite a lot in the development space. I haven't really seen much to indicate that it's very different or different at all from Pay for Success, PFS, which has been used as an acronym in the social finance space for some time. So I think it's just in this slightly different context. People tend to call it RBF. If I got that wrong, please do feel free to send me an email correcting me and linking me to some information explaining the difference, public@danielrosehill.com, or comment on the LinkedIn page. But that's my impression at the time of recording anyway. So let me continue with this. By bringing together public and private sector funders to maximize resources and designing effective incentives for service providers to reach underserved low-income communities, GPRBA gives people the chance for a better life. In 2020, GPRBA launched the Outcomes Fund Multi-Donor Trust Fund, the MDTF, to continue to innovate in the RBF space and to build the capacity of local markets to use outcomes-based financing and other results-based blended finance solutions. Established in 2003 and part of the Urban Disaster Risk Management, Resilient and Land Global Practice at the World Bank, GPRBA supports the work of building inclusive, resilient and sustainable cities and communities using innovative RBF instruments to help address the many development challenges which the world faces today. By linking payments to actual results achieved and its explicit and unique pro-poor focus, GPRBA fosters inclusive development and helps to address service delivery gaps arising from the challenges of increased urbanization in developing countries. It creates financial incentives for service providers to extend basic services specifically to low-income communities, while also providing incentives for consumers in these communities to access the services. So that is their about page. And let me also just read this page about results-based financing. Results-based financing includes a range of financing mechanisms where financing is linked and provided after the delivery of pre-agreed and verified results. RBF approaches can play a big role in the delivery of infrastructure and services. RBF approaches have been used in a variety of forms across a range of sectors. While some approaches are generally applied, others are more sector-specific. The principles and requirements of the different approaches vary in their application. So they have here listed the different RBF approaches, which I will cover in a separate episode to give it the proper space. And that includes impact bonds, interestingly enough, but not only impact bonds. So just in terms of sectors, I'm just going to continue with what this organization does. GPRBA provides grant funding to projects covering education, energy, health, land administration, solid waste, telecoms, and water and sanitation. And you can read about each of those challenges on their website, which I will not go into. Again, because I'm trying to just keep this at a high level as such. And then in terms of themes, they do climate change, fragile situations. A lot of that just around the world, poverty is increasingly concentrated in countries and regions affected by fragility and conflict. So I guess geopolitical stuff. Gender, independent verification, public-private partnerships, which will certainly be another of these acronyms to unpack and explore. And finally, they have urban listed as a theme, talking about rapid urbanization causing many governments to struggle to keep up with the demand for infrastructure and social services. And GPRBA has supported RBF projects around the world that focus on extending services to poor populations in urban settings by reducing the barrier of high initial cost of access. You can follow them on LinkedIn, and they also have a newsletter. So I think that's it for the introduction to this, or organization profile, I'm going to call this GPRBA, the Global Partnership for Results-Based Approaches. I hope this has been a helpful episode of Readings and Impact Investing. If you'd like to help this podcast, the best way you can do that is by directing your colleagues to readingsandImpact.org. It will help to get this out there. Thank you for listening. Until the next episode.